All of the projects I've seen of entrepreneurs that want to build electric car companies, they're more interested in demonstrating the viability of electrification in either small cars, large cars, funny looking cars, buses, trucks, and all that, but not thinking about how to build a car company. Building a car company is very capital intensive. It requires you to get the business model as right as the technology itself. So it's not easy to build new car companies. We have had, because of the recession in 07, 08, and 09, we've had a lot of opportunity to buy low-cost assets. So both Tesla and Fisker have bought factories, have bought plants from the OEs, which at very attractive prices. We both were recipients of a DOE loan, so you get low-cost capital to help build. There will not be many companies that can lever that kind of thing. We may have seen in the last few years, and maybe the next year or two, the only car companies that actually get created. And then we'll see the US, European, Japanese car companies, and Korean car companies, we'll see them gravitate slowly to electrification, and then the transition will have occurred. At the end of the day, you're selling a consumer product. Consumers speak with their wallet and with their personality, their sense of what is it that what do I aspire to in a vehicle? Some want just basic transportation. I just want a car that takes me, maximum gas mileage, get me to where I'm going safely. Others want the car to be an experience. They want to experience great styling and great comfort. It's up to the consumer. You cannot forecast, you can't really plan for all consumers because every consumer is different. So it gets down to cost. It really gets down to cost. So you're seeing some of the more successful vehicles, like the Tesla Roadster, which has sold, I understand, about 1,500 cars. That's not a lot of cars. Fisker, our plan is to sell thousands of cars. So we're just ramping up now. We want to sell thousands of cars. So when Tesla starts selling 20, 30,000, and Fisker's plan is to sell 50, 60, 70,000 cars, and then we have GM selling 100,000 cars, and then you start seeing, and you will see the forecast starting to say by 2020, 10% of the fleet out there will be electric. This happens when the consumer can walk into the dealer or wherever they're walking into and say, okay, there's a car I like, and not have to care whether it's electric or not. Okay? That basically they're not going to pay extra to be environmental. Okay? The great part about the Fisker Karma is I buy one tank of gas a year. So I'm environmentally sensitive. I get great economics by not having to buy gasoline, but I also am buying this car at a lower price than its competition. High-end Mercedes, high-end BMW, Porsche Panamera, the Maserati Quadriport, the Aston Martin. These are the competitors of that car, of the Karma. Fisker plans to bring out a lower price car at much higher volumes, and that will have to sell at parity or less than its internal combustion engine counterpart.
You've given investors specific revenue targets for 2012 of like $2 billion revenues for this Fisker car, this brand. Is that correct? Am I right?
I don't think we have.
Okay.
The plan is to sell thousands and thousands of vehicles. You can do the math.
This vehicle particularly doesn't qualify for the state rebates, is that correct?
Yeah, the state of California, I believe, has not qualified this technology, so the serial hybrid technology, the one powertrain. It will happen. It just hasn't been certified for that yet.